Hello, welcome pen friends. What I'd like to do today is a flip through of my second Bond Travel Gear Tomoe River paper 68 GSM A5 hardcover notebook that I've used as an ink journal for the last about a year and a half. It's my second one. My first one is right here, and that's all filled up, and we've done a video on that. And so altogether, this is the third of these full-sized, A5 notebooks. The first one that I did was a Rhodia Gold book, and I'll make some links because I've done flip-throughs of these before, but I never did with this most recent one. You've probably seen a lot inside it if you followed me for a while, but I'm now getting ready to move into a brand new one of the exact same, thanks to pen friend PL, who sent another one. I was just shocked. I mean, because they're no longer making these. Bond Travel Gear became Lockbee, and they're doing it different. I think they're still making, I know they're still making these smaller booklet-sized ones, which is also a way that I've done ink journaling. Let me show you, just so you don't think that that all I use are the Bond Travel or the, these hardcovers. The reason why they don't fill up quicker is because I also use all these different, I use Goulet and Galen Leather and Lockbee A5 size, I call them booklets. They don't have as many sheets, but they're pretty cool for doing ink vent. I've done, let's see, a couple ink vents in them. And then also when I was doing like a summer ink down one year, let's see, that was 2021. And I got them numbered. I'm not really sure, but I've done several of these and I love it. But I kind of enjoy it better when everything is inside the hardcover books. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to kind of do a flip through, although I think what I'm going to do is show you from the index and kind of flip into certain things. And then we'll see if we have time to just, quickly flip through, because it is colorful and it's a lot of fun. But then I'll probably meet you back here because there were a couple points that I kind of wrote down at the end of the notebook that I wanted to talk about that kind of helped me with my going forward with how I want to do the ink journal. So let's go ahead and switch the shot, and then we'll look at some of what I really liked about the last year and a half in the ink journal. I'll see you there. There, here we are. So these are pretty amazing notebooks. They have the little elastic, just like a Leuchtturm has. They're numbered pages, which I think is one of the reasons, other than the Tomoe River paper, which is like the #1 reason, that I just love these. It's the numbered pages, because I can go back and find things. Let me just, I kind of like to secure that. So, let's just dive in. Here we are with this nice orange insert here. So July 2022, wait a minute. July 2022? 23? Okay, yeah, we're not at July 2024 yet. I was going to say, we're pushing 2 years, but no, just about a year and a half. Never tried doing time math, Chris. Okay, so I just create my own index, and it's not fancy because it's sort of a mess, but I wound up on page 3 because the first page fell short, but that's the way it is. And okay, so one of my favorite things to put in these is whenever I do an ink vent, or if I did a 30 inks 30 days, I used to put those in here. So I have those tabbed, and I also have them in red so I can find it, page 72, but I have it tabbed. So just having these spreads to keep are just so nice. You can look and see all the colors, and if you think all of a sudden I run into a sample and I say, this looks a lot like something I saw on one of the ink vents, and I can just flip through and look for it and kind of compare the colors. So, but not only that, it's really, really eye candy and fun to look at. So the other one that I do have in this notebook is the one I just completed, which is the 2023 ink vent. Whoops, we're not real centered, let's see. So same thing here, just real nice to look back on and see what they did. Of course, I have to kind of, lift the notebook and get it up into the right light to see the sparklies sometimes. If it's laying flat, it doesn't show at all. But let's go back to that index because there were a couple of things in particular I don't want to miss in case we did run out of time. So one of the things that I noticed I liked a lot was where I started kind of doing a little bit of inventorying. So I got a box of 30 pens and I inventoried those, and I keep going back to that. So I think that's important for me to continue doing things like that. Not that I think I'm going to get a box of 30 pens donated, but there are things that come in at the same time from either from a person, or it used to be from a company, but I'm just working solo now because of I'm in the slow lane, but that's what I want to be. So, but I like being able to look back. And then even more so was where I did my inventory on my Lamy, just my Lamy sub collection. Let's look at that, 238. Let's see. Sometimes it's hard to see the page numbers because I cover them by accident. I'll show you what I mean. I sometimes accidentally cover them with a chromatography, and that's something I need to think about because I could put it at a different location. 238. Okay, I didn't flip far enough. Okay, so here where I just taped this in here, it was my complete Lamy inventory, and I also kept a copy of it just outside of the pen case that I chose for the Lamys, which is, it's one of those I got on Amazon, and I've been thinking about showing that in a video separate, you know, because it's kind of fun. My Lamy collection grew a lot when people realized how much I love them, and I wasn't actually trying to buy more, but wow, it's been neat because it doubled. My collection doubled in different colors and more all-stars that people were not keeping, and you know, I can see, because I see gift, anonymous, gift, MS, gift, you know, there are quite a few that were gifted to me. So that kind of helps me too to remember which ones I might have purchased. But, and I believe, yeah, I put what the nib on it was at the time, and that can change around. But anyway, I was really happy with this and wondered why I didn't do more of that. Let's see, we can glance at that other one too, where I did get 235. Okay, that was not very far back. I just kind of messily, I don't know if that's a word. I just put all these in here, and I rehomed 1, 2, 3 of those pens, and did a nib swap, and I was going to look up, and this is something I'm still planning to do, look up all the individual colors on the Metropolitans. I tend to do musical nibs on those Metropolitans. And between the Prera and the Metropolitan and the Kakunos, all kinds of nib swaps happen. And then that's, you know, so it doesn't matter that it's messy to me. It's indexed and I can find it again, and that means the world to me. So I realized I'm not actually using my ink journal to its full capacity. And I don't particularly like to have 3 or 4 going. I used to think that was the way to go. In fact, I started one over here. I can show you. I started a splat journal, but I don't know, I didn't stick with this. And it's fun to see the splats and everything, but my brain, I guess, can only handle so many notebooks at a time. Now I didn't waste the paper. I've got a little left, but I could always cut that out for letter writing too. Excuse me, but it ended up being kind of messy and not really follow through. And this is a beautiful little Galen everyday notebook with 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. One of the other things that I decided to do this time was quite a few times, if I got samples from a pen friend, we'll go to 173 and see what that is, 173. Then I swatched them in here, and that's nice because that memorializes it, and with my brain not remembering who gave me what, this could really help, you know. That and putting initials on if I remember to put an initial on the vial, that helped too. Yeah, so here's the 3 that were sent, and I got a chance to see what it looked like, and it's like, wow, there they are. So all I have to do is review this notebook to see what colors, you know, I should be trying next. I think I really like that black cherry. That Private Reserve black cherry is just gorgeous. And then this one I tried in a pen. I did pretty good with it. The Welch Gold, I can't remember if I don't think it clogged up or anything. I just was worried about the pen. After a while I had to clean it out. It's got a lot of really pretty shimmer, and you name it. It's just gorgeous. So, let's see if there's anything else on this list of... I do love having an index. It makes a big difference. And I like tabs too. It's just that you can only keep up with so many tabs. Let's see what this was all about. Well, that was just for August. So, must be something I wanted to return back to, but I don't tend to do very many tabs. Mostly just the big things. Okay, so here I've written Elvis quote origin. Well, that must be something I just wanted to not lose. I've done some individual colors here. Did I do any more? I guess not. But then I did samples from Kathy on page 206. Let's see. Oh, I opened right to that. So that's a whole big area to come back to be able to decide which Birmingham samples I want to try. This is why I don't need any more ink and stuff, because I'm just still, a lot of time has gone by since September 2023, and these are still like to be tried out and included in rotation. So, okay. Maybe we should just flip through now. I think I'm getting tired of doing that. Let's see. Yeah, I showed you the 2 ink vents. So the index is, this was a mistake here, so I just put a water brush. That's my answer to mistakes, is a water brush. So, okay, so we've got July. Okay, so primarily these notebooks, the hardcover ones, are full of my monthly Chris's ink pens with then the resulting notes and grades. And then each one gets a dedicated page where I can do a writing sample. And I love doing that. Back here in July 2022, I was doing a lot of samples. So they weren't as many of my bottled inks. And I like to use the water brush on each color, because there's certain really nice combinations where right away I can tell, is this going to work really well for note-taking in, like this Inkybara Sea Blue. I can tell that just really, yeah, this is really good with a water brush. It lifts up and gives you a nice bright contrast, lighter blue. It's gorgeous. So there's some really pretty ones in here that I was trying out. And then here's an old favorite, the Pilot Roshizuku Murasaki Shikabu. And then, okay, so now we're on August. Wait a minute. Yeah, that was July. Okay. Okay. And lots of... Uh-oh, no more ink burping. Beautiful pen. Anyway, sometimes I get caught, reading all my old stuff. But I look in here for good combinations, things that I found out worked really well together. Although some of these are just little samples, and so I'm not going back to them as much. This is now a bottle. I did purchase a bottle of Konpeki. I loved it so much. And you see how that's one of the reasons why an ink will, if it works really well with a water brush, I love it. And Pilot Roshizuku Yamabudo. That's funny, that looks a little, well, I guess it does look brighter. Yeah, it looks brighter when it picks up with the water. Oh, I was reading Elvis stuff and watching the Elvis movie back then. So this is a lot of the same kind of a thing. And then here we are in September 2022. There's no real rhyme or reason. These are just, let's see, most of these, though, were bottled inks, except for this one. This was a sample. I'm trying to get a feel for what I did last year and a half. It's kind of a blur. Ooh, these are both really nice, bold. This one is a 1.5 Lamy nib, and then here's the Fude nib. Those are 2 of my favorite. Now, it needs to be nice and needs to flow real good to get along good with that. But it's such a nice nib. It's easier to get good flow with the 1.5 than the 1.1 even. Okay. I'm not sure if we're going to, linger on every page, because this is a big notebook. And here's some samples from pen friend Kathy that I put in. I need to get those out. I know right where they are. They're all together and ready to be tried. And these 2 should be with those Birminghams. These are really pretty. Nice and dark, too. The Diamine Hells Bells and the Master of Puppets. I think they're German exclusive or something like that. And then here we have October. But this is like not last October, the October before that. Wow. Ooh, that cactus fruit eel is gorgeous. I should be writing with that all the time. Ah, serious drying issue. Needs blotter and... Oh, okay, the ink didn't want to dry. Huh, that's Noodler's Habanero. 5 favorite nibs. Oh, this was when I did a video on that. That's cool. That's fun. Okay. I haven't even flipped through this completely. I just was looking for things to carry over habits, ink journal habits to the next one. I was just looking for things that would work out good. Wow, that's just stunning. Especially in that Fude nib. That cactus fruit eel. Wow. That's gorgeous. See, you can tell. I mean, the minute you see them, not only just how it writes in the nib, but how it lifts with the water. Woo. Now, I'm no artist, but I do really enjoy color. So, okay, Navajo turquoise. That's one of my old favorites. Please dry. Yeah, I was having a lot of trouble. It was real sticky. And the humidity here doesn't help. This was really pretty. I wonder if Dromgoole still has... that may not be the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it is. Dromgoole's exclusive. They may still have that, but I have no business looking because no way. No buying right now. November 2022. So these look like... Okay, this was a new to me, and the sample. Oh, that elderberry. Diatramenous elderberry was gorgeous. Oh, it's getting later. I didn't realize. Monteverde Valentine. So most of these were samples. Everything except for I did buy the Van Ness Hissy Fit. I've got a little bit left of that. That's a gorgeous ink. Okay. Oh, here's the Dominant Industry Christmas Red. This is gorgeous. It's got shimmer and, let's see. Am I showing you or am I just... Whoa, my glasses are not allowing me to even see. There we go. Really gorgeous shimmer ink. Oh, here's the Hissy Fit. And even on CVS Caliber paper, it did real good. Nice. Whew, there's enough material here to go back and revisit even the stuff that I just have, you know, remnants or samples of. There's so much that I could, you know, new combinations I could try. Jury Duty. Well, that's been a while. That Colorverse Alpha Centauri lifted real pretty with the water. Wow, that's nice. Oop, I didn't get very creative on that page. And here we were with a Schneider Ray Rollerball. Okay, and then we already looked at the ink vent. There are some wasted pages. That bothers me a little bit. And then here we are in January. We started January 2023. That should be labeled. But I guess it is labeled on the next page. So kind of started with a school student pen project there. You could tell how my brain skips around. And here is the beautiful Mont Blanc Psychedelic Purple, which I think compares really well to TWSBI Royal Purple, especially in a nib. If you get them separated like this, you can really see that Mont Blanc Psychedelic Purple has it's extra gorgeous. But when you get them in a nib, you're looking at, it seems like they're so similar, which is nice. Because TWSBI Royal Purple won't set you back as much. Money-wise, that's for sure. Writer's Blood, which I generally find too wet of an ink, which seems silly to say. From me, because I like wet inks. Diamine Spiced Apple, that is one of my favorite of the, from the Diamine Ink Event 2022. It's gorgeous. I never did buy a bottle, but pen friend Kathy sent me a couple samples, and what a lifesaver, my goodness. It was so much fun to be able to write with that. Okay. Some of these, we do get a little bleed back, even though it's 68 GSM, but it doesn't bother me. Whoop, there's another. Now that bothers me. All these blank pages and mistakes, maybe. January 2023. Oh, looks like I thought I just didn't put February in, and instead of erasing it, I just went on. Huh. Sounds like me. Okay, but that can be erased and used now, or I could tape in some receipts or things that I want to keep. That's no problem. Private Reserve Infinity Violet. Oh, that's nice. I don't even remember that. But now I can by looking in here. Huh. Oh, this is a pen I want to ink up again. And I was just looking for this reference of the pen friend that sent this. Oh my goodness. I think I just wrote her a letter and I did. Anyway, I want to ink up the Rotring art pen again and use the thicker nib this time. No wonder I was thinking of it. It's exactly a year ago, and often that happens in my mind. Like I'll remember sort of what I was doing the year before. And there's Lavender Pinkley, which this is February 2023, and now it's February 2024 when I'm filming. Ooh, Sailor 50 States, Louisiana is gorgeous. Yeah, there's some clear standouts in here that I'd like to write with again and that are just so pretty. And then Cross Violet, that's one of my all-time favorites too. Yeah, in fact, I did finally get a bottle of that. I think it's, oh no, that's the black one. This one with all the, dust on top of it is the violet. Yeah, I finally got a bottle of it. I really like the Cross inks. I'd try anything by them because they're such good inks. Okay, mess. Oh, playing around with the Sailor dip pens there. Another blank page. Oh dear. March 2023. This was right, getting closer to my trip to Vermont. Huh, Rohrer and Klinger Solferino. That looks a lot like something else. What did we just... Almost like that ink. Like Sailor 50 States, Louisiana. How interesting. Of course, this was in a Lamy 1.5 nib. I bet you they really are more alike than I thought. Huh. Okay, Tombow Object. That was a nice student pen. Sometimes I start things. I don't finish them, but that's okay. Bronze. Robert Oster Bronze. That's pretty. Oh, this is one of my favorite pinks. I think it's Azalea is the English name, but the Pilot of Roshizuku. Okay, and Oxblood. I started to really like it, and I wrote right here. So the ink I was once repelled by, maybe the name, question mark, I now really like. Yeah, I do. It flows really well, and it's nice and dark, and it has that sort of a dark maroon look to it. I love it. This is another nice ink, the Waterman's Serenity Blue. That is gorgeous. I did buy a bottle of that, I think. I don't know where it is right now. Wait a minute, there it is. I found it. I have to locate things every once in a while. They could be on the rolling card, or it could be right here. Oh, I was writing down all my samples. That has changed, though, because I ended up getting some of these in bottle. I'll need to go through and, like, indicate that to myself. Not that I don't think I'm going to forget, because I look at the bottles all the time. April 2023, right before my trip to Vermont. Okay. Ooh, 50 States, Texas. This is just my favorite brown ink of all time. Okay. That was a cartridge. Why do I not write with Kianit du Nepal more? I have a whole bottle of this ink. I love it. I mean, it's a shimmer ink. Maybe that's why, but... Huh. Oh, I covered that up. I wonder if it was top secret or just... Oh, yeah. Emotionally unbalanced. Rebalanced. Oh, dear. We better leave that. Sometimes journaling spills out into the ink journal. Student pen project, the Cross Bailey. That was a nice pen. Is a nice pen. I still have it. Quebeco Perkio. Lamy ABC. I'm not sure I was crazy about that one. Maybe it was the ink I was using. It just looked so light. Huh. But you can't tell by what it looks like how it felt writing. Those are the kind of notes I should have made. I find this a comfortable pen. You could take it anywhere. Okay, well, I must have really liked it. Okay, and then we're still in April. That's an old favorite, Straits Pen Honest Ink Bougainvillea Purple. And enter the Genhao 248. I still use my green Genhao 248 every day in my bullet journal. It's my most used pen now. Just because it's a kick around fountain pen that's, you know, just kind of always there, and I just keep refilling it with cross black. I love that. And I've filled more than one of them. I mean, they've all got pretty good nibs on them, even the extra fine. So, okay, here's some more Birmingham inks and some mixed. Oh no, wait, just a couple Birmingham, and then the rest are mixed Monteverde. I think I ordered these, or at least these, and then maybe they threw in the Mandarin Duck. Huh. Monteverde Garnet. I don't have a bottle. It's a sample that I was working off of. Oops. Wasted paper. Okay, June. So back from my trip, because I skipped May for all of this, and then right back at it here. Oh, my nephew graduated. That's right. Oh my gosh, so much has happened. And there's when I first used the custom mother of pearl. That's the white pen. I want to ink that one up again too. That's really nice. More Yamabudo, Monteverde Garnet. Oh, I was looking at. Okay, cross black definitely mostly washes off, and then this was platinum carbon black that Pen Friend Marilyn sent, so that was really nice for like addressing envelopes. And it's not a real address, it's just a fake one, but okay. Another progress report. So this is how I do it. I just like to, you know, try different combinations and see what I really like, and then look back on them. And usually, if I like something, it just jumps right out of me like, I love this. This is, well, it's kind of a red ink that looks pink when you activate it, so I just love it. Oh, Current Reads, Why We Sleep. Wow, I just reviewed this book, but I didn't really start on it in 2023. No, I didn't start on it in July. Or if I did, I literally picked it up and read the back and put it away or something. But I must have had it a lot longer than I thought. Okay. Finally, I've read that book and I really love it. I mean, I've gotten a lot out of that. August 2023. Okay, things don't, like this part here doesn't stand out to me, but as soon as I get to the individual pages, I have quite a bit of memory, but based on what the writing looks like. Excuse me. Private Reserve Black Cherry. That's nice. Books, color. KWZ Standard Turquoise. I think that was a really small sample that I had, but that's pretty. I have quite a few in that color family. But KWZ is some really nice ink. It flows really well, and I'm not bothered at all by the vanilla smell that it has, and I like that. And okay, flip. Ackerman's Simplicity's Violet. Okay, that's really pretty dark. I believe I'd like it better in a broad nib than a stub, though. Okay. Oh, this is another favorite blue now. I had it in a little bottle. Yeah, that's really, really nice. The Asagayo. Super nice. Okay, September. So now we're getting toward the end of the year of last year. So these are more, you know, you've seen these more recently if you've been around here. Well, apparently my voice is not happy with me. Let's see if we can finish this. Okay, we got a little boring in here. Noodler's Purple Mountain Majesties, that's a favorite. And more Birmingham sample swatches. Oops, well, this is something I didn't finish. I actually was going to do a video with my answers to this, but things got kind of busy after September. It started getting roof bids and all of that, and it just, you know, you probably know the rest if you've been around here. It was a really busy fall. And some more. Oh, these are all the Robert Oster Cozy Comforts. The samples were sent by 2 different pen friends. There was a little bit of a, I was a little confused about who sent what, but I got all the whole 6 in all, so that was really cool. And then October. Ooh, I like the drawing there. This was the Kara's Custom Ink V2. My report cards. Okay, and then, well, this is, I guess I just didn't date this one. You okay, Coco? You just jumped off all 4 feet. My goodness. Oh, okay. It does belong to October, but I just didn't date it. Just forgot, I guess. Again, that's one of my very favorite inks. Okay, and then here's another one. Ferris Wheel Press Algonquin Maple. I love that. Trying to speed up a little because I figure we're going to be running out. Okay, and there's that inventory. And then here's November. And the Lamy inventory. Yeah, I just think I need to give myself permission to do more of these interesting things, like include, as long as I've indexed it, including some of these little sub-inventories and everything. It'll be a lot more fun for me, I think. I really like that. That's what stood out when I started thinking about, you know, the past. This notebook, as I'm going to, you know, not put it away, because I refer to them all the time to look back and see many, many facts that I need to look up. But I just like the review process, really. And we'll be starting in a brand new one, which is right here. I haven't done anything to it yet. It's just, I just put in the back Pen Friend PL so I'd remember. And it's just fresh, ready for us. Okay, I was going to do something. I didn't do it. And then there was the ink event in December. We looked at that. My 60th birthday pens. The Hongdian N23 Rabbit. Year of the Rabbit pen. The Peter Popper Press and the Moonman P136 came in near my birthday. It was just a happy accident. And then this was my year-end pen cleaning. I've still got the Twisby Eco. That's right here beside me. I'm still, you can't tell where it is ink-wise because it's like completely marked that blue, but I'm using that up. And then the transparent red with crimson, I'm using that over with my mom's notebook. And then the Kara's Custom, I'm writing that dry as well. I love that pen. Oh my gosh, for an extra fine especially. It's just amazing. I think my cup runneth over with pens and inks and everything. And, oops, and cats. Coco's up here. Coco, no, honey, you're going to end up hurting yourself. Can you sit down? Good. You sit there, and then you can be in the background for the next part, okay? Okay, well, we'll make it quick. Yeah, he's a good boy. There's his little paw right there in the corner. Yeah, we're going to show, and then you can say hi in a minute. Yeah. He's been such a good big brother. Well, he's a big brother. He's not an older brother, but he's, yes, he is. Yes, you are, aren't you? You're not older than Princess, but you are older than Toby. Don't quit. Yeah, that's a good mantra. Okay. Oh, please don't break my set, though. Okay. Oh, dear. All right. Can you see it? Oh, goodness, yes, right there, right on the book. Okay. I hate to tell him to go bye-bye because we're at the end, basically. And this is, oh, we don't want to do February because that's going to be next week. So, okay, we're going to switch the shot. Okay, Coco was, I guess he's the supervisor, and he's just here to let me know that we're about to run out of time. Now, hopefully he won't bring down any ink from the ink. There we go. Okay, you want to be in the video too? Okay, say hi to the people, Coco. Look, say hi. Yeah, it's your good boy. Yeah, he's a very good boy. Okay, so I had made some notes at the very end of the notebook, and I'll just read through it. Some of it I've already talked about. I said the things that I liked in this journal, you know what went well in this one. I like the ink vent spreads very much, and I like the monthly Chris's inked pens, like the report and the grades and everything. And then I like the pen inventories, like where I'm doing little sub inventories. I really like that. I want to do quite a bit more of that. And also the ink sample swatches from friends. Pretty much I've told everybody that I have so much ink that it feels wrong to get any more. But if any do come in, I'll continue doing that so that I can kind of keep track of it too. And then I love the fact that there's numbered pages. So whenever I get a chance to use a notebook with numbered pages, or if I just take my patience and I use my little, these days I've been using oops, oh my, sorry Coco, uni pin, and it's a 0.1, and I really like this for that kind of thing. You gonna pick next month's stuff? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, you pick it, but don't break it. So, numbered pages are awesome. And then I said, what could be better? I don't like wasted pages. So I'm thinking like I could tape things in that come in, like when notes come in or postcards come in, you know, or, well, let's put it this way, things I already have, even that I've collected. I could just tape them in, and they're pretty and they're mementos. Oh, the binding breaks with heavy use. Okay, well, you know, it's worth it to me, but let me see if I can show you. If you look right in there, you can see that the signatures separate and shift with these notebooks, but that doesn't deter me at all because I really love the paper. But this one, same thing. The signatures significantly shift, but I've only had to tape one segment of one of these notebooks. It's not that severe, but I definitely, is something I don't notice with my Leuchtturm notebooks, and I use those, I beat those to death. Oops, oh gosh, okay. Okay, he jumped down without any problem, but I wanted to make sure. So, yeah, wasted pages bug me, and the binding does break with heavy use, but no big deal. Okay, so the last part, and probably the only significant, is my purpose, you know, my whole purpose for ink journaling, which I wanted to kind of review and make sure I was still doing what makes sense for me. It's just, I love to find the great nib and ink combinations, you know, the pen and ink that work so perfectly for writing. And that's what, and especially with the grading, if I take my time and look back over things, I've made notes for myself in each one. And the grade helps. I mean, whenever it's A+ or A++, it's, you know, that makes me pay attention. But even when I make remarks about it being super smooth and reliable, those remarks help too. So then the next one of my purposes is just to enjoy color and exploring the inks. And that's where I'm puzzled why that didn't work out for me to do the splat journal. I was all excited. I thought, you know, a separate splat journal. This is thinner paper, so pretty much they always, you know, it always shows through or bleeds through quite a bit. But still, it doesn't matter. I don't have to do both sides. I mean, that's just, that's an old habit. So I'll think about that because there's nothing more therapeutic than splatting ink. And I like to look at it and I like to try it out. It's not for any writing purpose at all, just pretty. And then my third purpose for ink journaling is just to find out which of the inks go so well with a water brush, especially on the CVS caliber paper, but that seems to be very, very similar. If it works good in here on, oops, and that's one of the February, but that's okay. I haven't done the grades yet. So if it works good on Tomoe River paper, it generally will work good, really good on CVS caliber paper too. As far as lifting, the watercolor, the color, I mean. Sometimes you'll feel a little more drag on that, the CVS caliber paper, but it's awesome paper. So, And that's where I do all my process journaling, where I'm apt to write down everything that's worrying me, brain dump stuff, and make mind maps and just get it all out. And this doesn't see the light of day except for my own reviewing. But so there you have it. That's pretty much what I wanted to do before I put this on the shelf, which it'll come down a lot. This one comes down all the time. There are lots of things in here that I review, and this was 2019 to 2022. I was going to look at the index real quick on this one. Okay, this index it's nowhere near, sorry, I'm not even in the frame, nowhere near as extensive. So, I have a couple of tabs, which are probably 30 inks, 30 inks, 30 days, stuff like that. But I do look back in here all the time because I'll kind of have an idea, well, when did I do Tasha inks, or when did I do a series of something, and then I can find them. And this was, I used to love doing those in September. And it's not I don't love them anymore, it's just I've taken on quite a few more projects here at the house, so I don't... I'm real careful about getting into a whole month project like the ink vent, which I did in December. But so that's pretty much it. And now I know I've already gone a long ways, but this part of the video I just want to do really quick update on both my mom's situation and the cats. So because a lot of people have been keeping positive thoughts and prayers going for my mom after her breaking her right arm, and she's doing really well. So it's wonderful. I mean, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but yeah, she's doing really well. She made a lot of improvement, and they're telling us that soon she'll be able to go home. So home is assisted living, but it's wonderful, wonderful news, and such a relief to me. And I'm so happy for her because, it's hard. It's hard when you just are knocked down like that by something. And it sounds so simple, but it affects every area when you're hit so hard like that, and you're already don't have, super strength, So that's a wonderful thing. And then, things are going good with Toby too. We've been having better weather, which kind of helps him, because I'm really trying to get him transitioned inside, but it's not realistic that it's going to happen overnight. So we've tried to adjust our expectations and just tried really hard to keep him safe, but it's, I'd rather have them all inside and just like right where I can see them at all times. But when you love cats that are neighborhood cats and that have started out with life on the streets, you have to adjust your expectations a little bit. It doesn't happen overnight. It didn't with Willie either, and it didn't with Princess. It took a long time. She's over on our master bed right now. And it's so funny because Toby's not actually allowed in the bedroom yet right now because of a little thing that when he gets under stress, he does a little marking, and it's tough. It's really tough. I've got the proper cleaner, but I cannot be seeing every second, and I don't want the smell. I don't want that problem happening. So this half, the kitchen, the office, and the living room is much easier to, keep an eye on him and everything. And also, so anyway, I can keep the two bedrooms doors I can keep closed, and he loves to be in the library. Well, I've kind of put some little bumper stops around there just in case. He's not spraying. He's literally making tiny little marks like, this is mine, this is mine, there's 3 cats here, and the house isn't that big. So, I mean, I have total patience and understanding about that. I just can't be, doing wash nonstop and scrubbing nonstop, and I want to. It makes sense anyway, I think, to limit his area a little bit. I mean, and I can kind of tell when it really goes downhill, as if we have a freeze or, everybody's just stuck inside like cabin fever. Then after a little while, if he thinks he needs to go outside but he can't, then that's usually when I see that. But I just thought, well, master bedroom off limits. But she's in there right now, and gosh, I think either Toby's in the library or he's in the garden. I'm not sure. I'll go right from this to check. So, but things are good with the cats. Real good. And Coco, he's learning. He's learning to be, to share his space, and I bought a few more toys so that there wasn't quite as much possession with toys. And it's just like having 3 toddlers sometimes, but they're wonderful, and I don't know how I'd live without cats, but hopefully I won't have to find out anytime soon. So that's it. I just wanted to update you on that. And the next video will be my progress report for February. I've had a few glitches and restarts, and one pen that I just cleaned out and said forget it for this time, and so I'll be telling you all about that and reviewing. And then I added 2 pens, took away 1 and added 2, so I think we have 9 to do full check-ins with for that next video. But it seems like I still have a lot of busy stuff to do paperwork wise, but I've emotionally, I feel like more creative because things have gotten a little bit better, and especially for my mom. So, and that makes me feel like, okay, I can work on my stuff more. I've been writing letters all along, so I only have 1 in my reply pile right now. So that's amazing, and it came in yesterday. So it hasn't even, what's the word for it? It hasn't even. Oh, I'm thinking of the word for. Like when you take meat and you put sauce on it. I can't even think what I'm trying to say. And I like to think about the letter for a few days, and I like to think about what I want to reply about and anything I might want to send. So yeah, it hasn't marinated long enough yet. So okay, I'll see you on the next video. I hope I can get this to upload. It is ridiculous long, but hopefully this helped you kill winter in some way, or just pass some time, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.